Hey guys, welcome back to SRE. I'm working on this brovan, and I don't know if anybody has torn these apart and put them on the internet or not, but the cases are absolutely a beautiful piece. Of course, the rest of it is, woven, but the nicest thing about it is the size of the reed. Excuse me for 1 second, guys, while I get in this guy's box. That's plenty of reed area for the displacement. So once we bore this to accept a carburetor and pulse mod it for a big carb, and like I showed on my short, we are putting this larger stroked crankshaft in. So I think there was some confusion with some guys, guys who you're watching the channel, you're really up on engine stuff, but there was a couple of guys that were asking, made a comment on a video a little bit back, and they said they didn't think a longer rod affected the engine at all. They had watched it on that Engine Masters show. Well, that's true. That can be true, but we're not putting just a longer rod in, or in this case, we're not making the connecting rod any longer at all. What we're doing is moving the distance from the center line of the crankshaft to the center of that pin further out. So in turn, increasing the distance at which the piston travels up and down. And there's two things of how you figure out the size of an engine, which is the cylinder, the volume of the cylinder with the piston all the way down versus the volume of the cylinder with the piston all the way up. So, it's a big long math thing, and to show, that crank spins over easy. The guy had it running in here, blah, blah, blah. Excuse me, I'm gonna do this with one hand. Set you down for a minute, guys. Get this crank in here. Okay, now you'll be able to see that with the added stroke, same connecting rod, with the added stroke, it won't spin, see? So we need to remove material from that all the way around. Now that's going to get pretty thin. So sometimes, depending on, if we measure the thickness of this rod, if we can remove a little from the rod, that's fine. I would prefer not to, of course, but if you have to, you have to. But most of the time, it's just in certain areas. The crankcase volume is good. So just removing a little bit of this material, and I moved the center line exactly 1 millimeter up. So that makes the stroke 2 millimeters larger because I moved the radius, and then the diameter is the radius times pi squared or wherever the hell it is, but you know what I mean. So that makes it double the amount, and so you get a 2 millimeter plus crank. 39.99999 thousandths is 1 millimeter. So, end of class, and that's the crankcase bear. They're very nice. I think Bartolone did an insanely good job. As always, he makes good stuff. There's no doubt about it. A lot of people him and haw about the prices and all this and that, I hear, but you know what? He makes good stuff. There's just no doubt about it. So, crankcase is an excellent piece, and you can see where they cut out for the 31 mil stroke. Well, now we've got to do that for a 32 millimeter stroke. And do you see on this connecting rod how it has that little lip on the top? See that? This one, it's not as pronounced. So it's just the casting of the rod. They're all different from brovan. But just so you get to see that the size of the reed is really, really, really good. Should make excellent power. And what this thing does, which it is a torque engine. makes good power. This is really gonna wake it up. I've been doing these for quite a while now, but not to the brovan itself, so I'm excited to do this one. Okay guys, this is SRE, and I'm out.